Candyman. The Candyman. The Candyman can. The Candyman. Oh, the Candyman can. 'Cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Good morning, everyone. Well, we got fun now. Derren Brown joins us. It's going to be a tremendous thing. Now, if you had to say, what do you do? Because there are very complicated and bogus phrases tied up in the legitimate art of what you do. What do you do?
I'm a sort of psychological Candyman, in a way.
Hang on, easy now. See that little C covered by a circle by the side of my name? Okay. So you're a psychological Candyman?
It's certainly easy to say what I don't do. I mean, it's not psychic, but it looks psychic. It's about reading people, predicting behaviour, lucky guessing sometimes.
How much of it is in there, Derren? How much is it lucky guessing? Do you ever think, oh, that was an extraordinary stroke of luck?
Yes, all the time, and I try and pass it off as if I was expecting it from the beginning. Absolutely, yeah.
And so, like almost James Randi goes after the Von Danikens of this world, or the Uri Gellers, and says, we're all entitled to make a living, but I know how you're doing that, and please stop saying it's with the aid of the spirit world. And so you have that kind of approach to...
I mean, I don't set out to debunk, because I think you just end up being a bit embittered because no one really wants to know that it's not real. But
exactly. Don't think daylight in on magic.
Yeah, but I think if you can imply and you can show I try by showing that it's psychological to debunk the whole psychic thing without being too...
Because that should be wonderful enough, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think the real techniques that make these things work and make a psychic reading really convincing are far more interesting. Those psychological principles are far more interesting than the woolly New Age guff about
we had, for better want of a phrase, one of the flim flammerers on, and I enjoyed it because he was good and he was looking to say, come on, this is a racket and it's a tough old world, you've got to skin it any way you can. And then I put to him, the idea that people want to believe that the aliens made the pyramids, when in fact it's a tremendous thing to think that actually we did, which is just as thrilling. And look, and so it's that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So I got a mouthful of pancake now.
I mistimed that. I mean, we've all got the tremendous flatty pancakes.
They're extremely good.
There was the Sunday Times on Sunday did a magazine devoted to the 100 greatest places to work in Britain. This didn't pitch up anywhere. Now, I know out in the outer office there and around Gauntlestown, they were saying, well, we're not surprised. But in here, it could have had us in, because who has more fun than we do? We don't.
Absolutely.
And we're welcome to Derren. How did you spill into television? What should you have done by rights and by your training?
I should have been a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, I was studying law and German at Bristol University.
Was hast du den Tisch gemacht?
I beg your pardon?
Aus was ist der Tisch gemacht?
Aus was ist der Tisch? Aus der Tisch gemacht? Auf Holz?
Yeah, Holz. See, I told you I speak German. They don't believe me. I speak German.
He said the pregnancy of your daughter brings much pleasure to our village. And I agreed.
I told you I speak German. Just that bit of German, but you're the first person to ever answer it. I know my pronunciation is... I do apologise. It's just such a thrill for me, that. Now, you took one of our team, you took Alex, leader of the 19-year-olds, aside during the news. What is that about?
Well, I just wanted to... it's very difficult sometimes doing this to people you've never ever met before. If I get the chance just to sort of say hello and shake hands and talk about pancakes...
Now, come on, what did you do? What did you do? Did you slipped her a Mickey or something? What is the deal? What do you do? What is it? She's going to come in a minute...
She's under my power.
She's going to come round every Wednesday and wash your car and clear your lawn, isn't it? That's the way it works.
No, I took it on side. I asked her if she wouldn't mind taking part in something later on, which she agreed to, so... Great.
What is the card tricks of your profession? Could you do something now that's... Hey! just a little firework you can set off for us now. Is
Absolutely.
Something that never fails?
I'll show you something which is how I started.
Okay. It'd be easier.
It's a party trick.
It'd be easier perhaps if you're on Murray there, because it would be easier on me.
I'll do this on you, because I'll do the other one, Alex, later on. So I'll write something down on a bit of paper behind my back, under the table, so you can't see what I'm writing. This is a little bit of card. There's nothing really to see here. So
no, his hand's under the table. I simply cannot see that.
All right. What I'm going to ask you, and this will be cripplingly difficult for you.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask you to be almost entirely silent when I do this, otherwise it won't work, all right?
So I should eat pancake.
Yeah, just fill him out with pancake. So I've written this down on a bit of card, and let me just... Oh, that's you, so I can't change it. All right, now, Danny, look at me. It's a letter of the alphabet. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's not a D, because that's the first letter of your name, and you might naturally just sort of, go for that one. So it is a letter. If you try and work it out, you've got a 1 in 25 chance now you won't get it if you try and work it out. If you listen to me and you think that maybe by saying letters in a certain way I'm trying to make you think of a particular letter, that won't give any clues either. That's kind of what I'm doing, but you won't know that I'm doing it. I've forgotten what I've written. So look at me. and just think, but don't try and work it out, and a letter will come to mind as I talk to you. You should already sort of have one in your mind at the moment.
I said it as soon as you said the first words. I said it popped into my head, and I've stuck with it.
What is it? What
A.
is it? A for apple?
Yeah.
Do you want to just have a look at the paper, turn it over, what you've got?
There's an A. There is an A for it.
Is an A. Did you have a B as well? Were you going back and forth, or did you really...
No, I just
you had
said
A from the start?
You've written A down there.
I thought I might have got one off. Well, there you go. So that's how I started.
And believe me, I'm the last person to say, I think I know you did that or any of that, because I'm sure charlatans and no good nicks do that all the time. But there's an A written down there, and I said the letter A, and you know.
But that should feel like a free choice. It shouldn't feel like I was making you think of A. But
I understand, and the shtick and the patter. Don't think I wasn't aware of that. I don't think I was, that fiddle faddle, but I wasn't let myself be overwhelmed by it. And there it is. The letter A is written down there. Now, what have you done outside to Magic Alex, the leader of the 19-19-year-olds? What have you done out there? What is she going to come in and do? Is it?
No, we really just agreed that she'd come in and help me something, and we spoke about the pancakes.
But the whole, those people who make people get up in chicken suits and all that. You're not going to do anything.
No, I haven't hypnotised her or prepared her anyway. She doesn't know what we're going to do.
What about hypnotism? Does that lap over into what you're about?
Well, I started off as a hypnotist, but I didn't really want to be a stage hypnotist or be a hypnotherapist. Yeah. And the whole kind of Paul McKenna sort of, when you wake up on the count of three, when you wake up,
Paul McKenna last week, and Amy, who usually sits there, nearly beat his face to hamburger with a house brick.
Did it work?
That's Amy. That's Murray there, and try and concentrate. But Amy, because he's now selling, slimming aids and all of this, she turned around and said, "How can you prey upon people like this? All you're doing is preying upon the weak and feeble-minded. And, we're a happy ship here." And I said, "Amy, at least warn the guest. The buck stops with them with a bon ami." And then she leapt on him and beat his face to hamburger. So,
wow.
Yeah. How much quackery is
great.
there?
I
know. He's earning a living. He's not quite as naked about what he does as you are, and makes it that interesting, I think. But how much flim-flammery is there in what you see from these people who...
With hypnosis? Well, I think Paul will be the first to say that it's not quite what it seems to be. It's not people playing along. And at the other extreme, it's not a power or a special mind state that people go into and they sort of somehow under your control. It's a middle ground that's really difficult to sort of explain briefly, but it's a middle ground of response expectancy, of suggestion, of charisma, of hype, of all those things that when you put it together, there is this experience a person goes through of finding themselves unconsciously playing along and complying without really being able to stop. And that's like being at a...
leaping ahead then, where do you stand on paranormal? Yes or no?
No.
Mark's going to take you by the hand and pump it warmly. That's always
perhaps after the pancake.
But showbiz, yes. Paranormal and showbiz, not necessarily always the same thing. No. Now we've got some fun. We have our stooge. Can I welcome Alex, leader of the 19-19-year-olds, who's going to work with Derren quite closely here. We've only met briefly just before the show, so he could program you to come and wash his car once a week or wherever it is here, whatever buttons he pushed. Now, what kind of work are you going to do here with our assistant?
Well, I should just point out that you're not a stooge. I haven't asked you to...
she's a stooge, all right. Please, some showbiz terms shouldn't be allowed to lapse. Here's your stooge. Yes. Whatever you wish.
Trained actress, Alex. Hello.
What's going to happen?
All right, so we spoke, and I said you're happy to come and help me out with something, but we haven't set anything up.
No.
You don't really know what we're going to do at all?
No.
No, all right. Okay.
Can I just, last interruption, mate. The webcam is on. If anyone wants to see this in living colour, understand the webcam will be working. You can see what's going on in the studio over my shoulder if you go to bbclondon.co.uk and follow your common sense. Off you go.
Okay. So, Alex, what I'd like you to do is to think of something. Anything you like, so it can be like a name or a place or an object or whatever you like, but fix on this thing in your mind, okay? And so that nobody thinks we have previously arranged specifically what you're going to think of, change your mind as many times as you like, so you settle on one of those things now in your mind, alright? Do you have something?
Yes.
Okay, and I haven't asked you what this thing is, you haven't told me, I could not possibly know at this point what this thing or name or place or whatever is, true?
True.
Alright, okay. So, because people can't see, I'm just going to have to ask you to keep a poker face, to not give anything away, be very careful about nodding or shaking your head or giving me any clues. You will still give me those clues, because that's how this works, it isn't psychic, but just do your best not to give anything away, alright? If you picture this thing for me, or name or place or whatever it is, the first thing I'm getting from you, that it is a name of sorts, yes? It's a sort of a name, maybe
Yeah,
like a name,
yeah.
a name of. It's a name. It's a name of a place rather than a person's name.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. Can you think, as you think of the name or the word or the place? Can you think of a letter for me, maybe near the beginning of just near the beginning of the word somewhere? You've got a letter in your mind?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Be very careful not to give anything away. And Danny and the others do watch that she's not giving anything away. And as you just think of the letter, and it's an O, isn't it? You think the letter O?
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Okay. Did any of you would you have said O, Mark? Because you can see what I'm saying. Yeah?
I can see exactly what you're
Sort of
saying.
making an O shape.
I
All right.
you lost me at the how you knew it was the name of a place thing. So.
All right, think of one near the end, and that look of fear in the eyes is strong. Think of one near the end, and a letter near the
yeah.
end. Have you got one? Just think it over and over again. Just it's a C, yes?
God.
Similar to C, yeah.
I swear. All right.
Now say the whole name to yourself in your mind. Give nothing out loud. Careful not to move. Just move your hand away from your face.
sorry.
That's right. And just say it to yourself over and over again, but give nothing away. Give nothing away. All right, this is... you've got a personal connection with this place, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you used to live there, but you don't anymore, or something like
Yeah,
that? You used to,
yeah.
you've got, in your mind, you're going back to your past. Right, just say it to yourself over and over again. It's soft. There's no plosives. There's no P's or B's on it. It's a soft. Begins with an N or an N. Thank you. And there's a just J sound, maybe or a CH. CH at the end. We've already said C. Is it Norwich?
Yes.
Norwich. There you go.
I feel quite ill.
But she's wearing the kit. She has a canary on her breast. What a terrific thing. Now, I mean, certainly, and you wouldn't be fessing it up. You're not going to give away daylight upon magic here. But
the point is,
was
it's
that
not-
very difficult? Could you have gone to Norwich earlier?
Was that easy?
Not especially, but people give away because you're really concentrating on it, because you're doing your best not to give it. You're shaking now, sorry.
Yeah. You know why? Because if you put your ear to her here, you're going to hear. It's not just Norwich, my friend. We know we've said in that 5 minutes out, and we hope we'll all be there, and you're all invited. What a terrific thing to be able to do. You could have gone to Norwich earlier, could you?
I could have gone to Norwich earlier.
Yeah.
I suppose so, theoretically.
Yeah.
But no, you as
He's
you,
the best.
I have no idea what you mean.
He's the best.
As you think of those things, what
What did you
give
do
them
then?
all.
What was I giving away?
You're giving away the letters, and the way that I talk is something that a psychic will do at another level. That they talk in a way, and they watch for reactions, and they know how to gear what they're saying down certain paths. And as I'm talking, you're responding to things. You're responding to letters, and I'm just watching you. You're just giving it away. It's not psychic. But it looks like it might be. But it's not. Please.
What am I giving away?
That was something. I mean, that was incredible. Doing the O and the C and whatever's involved in that, and to be able to stand up and say, look, you could have made a pretty good living wearing a turban with a question mark on the front, introducing yourself as a great Derren. You could have gone that route.
I may still, it's still open.
Who's the best at it in your book? Who could do that to you?
Oh God. I don't know.
I mean,
actually.
when David Blaine was on, and I'm
Yeah.
not suggesting
Oh, he's
there's any
great.
correlation here, he would turn, but he says it like all those. He said, "Oh, Houdini." He said he's just the very best. Is there a tradition of what you do?
There is a tradition, but it's people only come up every now and then. It's not as rich a tradition as magic conjuring is. But
Yeah.
there's a guy called Chan Canasta in the
Really?
50s. Yeah,
Great.
a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
And older listeners will know him, but
I don't know. I'm aware. I'm steeped in lore of the stage acts. I don't know Chan Canasta.
You don't know Chan
No,
Canasta?
I've never heard of Chan
He never really
Canasta.
had much of a stage act. He had a TV show many years ago, and he
Right.
was absolutely superb and had so much charm and so much power and charisma, and that's what any sort of...
Can you protect yourself?
Can I protect myself?
Could I protect myself from you? Could somebody have enough techniques to say, I've got this name and you're not getting it out of me?
Yeah, that's similar to, if you're going and seeing, or having a telesalesperson on the phone, or all that sort of hardcore stuff. If you know how to, if you know the techniques they're using, then obviously it's easy to detach yourself from it.
And I don't know if you've leapt straight into television or whether you were on the balls for like 15 years. Forgive me here, Derren. But if you're faced with those clever dicks who want to see a crash and burn, so you say Norwich, and you know it's Norwich, and they go, nah, just to get their laugh. Is there a lot of dangers of that in the act?
Well, no, generally, weirdly, the people that try to catch me out are much easier to read than...
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you think about it, like with the letter thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, you're... I know because it's a radio show and you push for time and everything. So, but you're open and you'll play the game and you'll do it fairly. If you sat there and said it'll never work on me, go on, try and do it on me. It'll never work on me. I know you're going to think of it what a Q or a Z because you're going to try and catch me out.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Yeah.
So people it's all about response patterns, and people that respond to what I do, as opposed to people that are sort of detached and kind of disinterested, will always be easy to read. And if you're trying to catch me out, you're over-responding, so you're even easier to read.
Okay, Derren, but can you help mad people? Are you that kind of psychologist? Can you help? You ain't going yet. You're not off yet. Are you off yet? I think there's something. Is there more work to be done there, or is she finished?
Done. Go.
Thank you very much indeed. The wonderful Alex, by the way, leaving the roster. Can you help mad people hitting the nail squarely on the head?
I kind of had to make the decision not to do that. I did get into hypnotherapy for a while, but just didn't really want to sit and listen to people's problems every day.
Yeah, good for you. So
Well, was it if
Channel 4 every Friday night,
if you'd picked up on a place, a time, a name, or something that you had never heard of? A foreign language you couldn't even
absolutely. Yeah,
pronounce
that happens many times. Certainly, someone thinks of someone's name, and it's just I should have asked her actually. Alex,
come back in.
back
We're
in
not
again
quite
for a
down.
second,
Welcoming
Alex.
back onto the stage again.
Alex, come here.
Okay, so yes, here we go.
All right, just briefly, as we were doing that, you had a name in your mind as well, and the name was a weird name, and it was something like Wag or Shaggy.
Oh my God!
You went through it. What was it? Was it Waggy or Shaggy?
It was Waggy. She was an old school friend, and that was her nickname.
Oh no, how can you do that? You
I
can't
can't
do that.
believe
You can't
that.
do that. You're some kind of shaman. You're a witch. Burn him. It's your story. You can't do that.
Throw him into the pond.
Of course, somebody didn't say waggy to them.
Well, I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't want to come out with it, but it was something like that. So, I mean, that's an example of it.
Right, yeah.
Names
So
don't really
look,
mean anything.
you know when
but-
you see the classic seance like in an Abbott Costello film, which I know is not scientific, but and they have the trumpets and the drums on strings above the table, and then they say, "I'm hearing a name." It's odd. It's like wag. That's what they're doing. They're
normally then they'll say, I'm getting a name. Is it John or Jane? And they start fumbling for names, and then when
but no,
you react,
Waggy is out of
but
nowhere.
Waggy's a bit different,
Waggy and I mean Norwich. At a
mess
pinch,
with your
even
head.
Norwich. At a pinch, Norwich.
friend.
But Waggy.
I know. Oh God.
When was the last time you thought about Waggy?
Did you have recent contact with her again? Did you meet up with her?
Not that.
Not really. So it goes way back. It's not a recent thing.
Waggy.
I don't know.
No, that was the clincher there, Waggy. Not that you need any clinching there, and he's on television, we're radio. He outranks us anyway. But Waggy, that was something.
Mark Salem, because we had him in once, and he kind of passed himself off as doing the same thing, but he wasn't terribly
No,
good.
he was saying he's in touch with the spirit world and all of that, which is
Mark Salem?
Yeah.
No, he was psychology,
Yeah.
psychological tricks.
Who's the fellow who came in and said he was in touch with the spirit world?
Mark
Oh.
Koresh.
That's it. Well, Mark
Correct.
Koresh.
Right.
Yeah, Correll. He came in and he was in touch with the spirit world. So do you laugh down your sleeve when
I
you...
laughed down my sleeve. Not at Mark Salem. Mark Salem's great. But,
Okay.
Are the people on living TV who say I'm getting it's a D? Has somebody got a connection with that? Is it your grandfather? Are they doing this?
well, what they're doing is they're throwing out generalities, and people respond to it, and then they, you hone it down, and you hone it down, and then there's a whole technique known as cold reading, which is fascinating.
I've seen David Berglass do that.
Yeah, he's great. I mean,
What's cold reading? Well, I don't know what that
cold
is.
reading is a mock psychic ability, and a fraudulent psychic. It's what they use, and I think it's what a lot of people that believe they're psychic also use without realising they're using it. And it's a way of talking that sounds like you just know everything about the person. That person goes away going, "My God, that's amazing! She knew that my mother owns a shoe shop in Brighton, and this and this and that." And it's a linguistic trick.
I'm going for the full James Gandolfini after this. It's goodbye Max Wall, hello James Gandolfini, and the haircut stakes after this. Oh yeah, so be ready for that tomorrow morning. Yeah, folding shirts and James Gandolfini haircuts. Is it your last day with us tomorrow, Murray?
Tomorrow, yes.
Okay, well, Derren Brown is still with us, of course. Channel 4's own, 10:30 Friday nights, I understand, is the... sorry, I do apologise. What? It's what?
And repeated on Saturdays.
And repeated on Saturdays, because they had the two figures together. It looks like television is still a going concern. What do you hope to do? I know that doesn't sound like what do you, but how far can you take this, or will the inevitable be thinking to retreat into private practice?
Self-help tapes and...
Exactly, yeah, that's it. I'm just hoping. I've got my hand on my heart. I don't see you on...
I'd like to produce a book eventually called, Dealing with Your Addiction, with self-help books. I think that would be...
Yeah? You think so? I'm okay, you're okay? That kind of dealing with your addiction.
God, I say now I'll never do that. Ha!
Because old matey boy was here last week. His face was beaten to hamburger, which was a horrible thing, and it was broadcast Lost live as well. Yeah, Paul. I've known Paul a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I had to pull her off, and she was beating his face to hamburger. And but he's got a 9 CD set out covering everything from weight loss through the stop smoking thing. And I don't know whether whether there's a little cuckoo around that. I mean, it'll behoove you to speak of another artiste, but you would hope, I suppose, that it doesn't come to that.
I don't think there's any shame in it, but...
What, weight loss? The weight loss tapes. Darren Brown says, get thin. Think yourself thin. One of those. Is that what it is?
Yourself thin.
Yeah.
Derren Brown. Maybe one day. For now, I'm enjoying...
being a television star.
Being a television star.
But rather than use these powers for good...
No, I don't. I only use them for evil.
You can use them for evil, because haven't you been banned from casinos?
I have been, yeah.
Terrific. Really?
Oh, is that the time? I better go. Yes, no, that was all... Well, that was all... When I first started off and was getting into this thing, of course, you go mad with it. And, yes, I was going around casinos, and there's something in the series.
What could you do there? I mean, was it just gave you an edge, or was it a genuine bona fide system? Hooray!
No, well, it was a bit of both. I mean, I wasn't going out with thousands of pounds every night, but there's a bit that we do in the series that's now on when I go into a casino all with hidden cameras and scam them and explain how I'm doing it for anybody watching, which is cool.
Oh, I've just remembered the thing I first saw you do, which was the losing Greyhound ticket.
Ah, yes.
That was extraordinary.
And that's what in a nutshell. What's that?
It is at Walthamstow Dog Stadium, and I was getting the woman behind the tote office to pay out on losing tickets for a punter. He was delighted. He thought he had to give all the money back at the end. She was paying out on losing tickets.
You see, this is the kind of thing that were we a Vegas show, you'd be whacked, my friend. You would be whacked as soon. I mean, we've got a little of that going on. You don't want to start doing that in New Jersey, do you?
Can I just mention I'm on tour from the middle of March?
Are you really?
I am.
Tell us where we can see you.
All around the country.
No, that's no good for people here. I mean, even the good though the act is, nobody's going to traipse up to Northampton to see you.
No, well, it's about 30 dates from the middle of March to the beginning of June, and it is all over the country. There's nothing this year. Nothing in central London. It's all sort of smaller cities around the country. I can't name them offhand. There's too many.
But you'll certainly be playing in and around this area.
Absolutely. It's certainly around Croydon, Lewisham, blah blah blah, places like that around.
In vague seriousness, is it a problem doing what you do in terms of forming any relationship, either friendly or otherwise? Once people find out, hey, you're doing that, do I like him, or is he doing that thing on me?
Yeah. No. I just in real life. Out of the magic of places like this, I have to just switch it off. I never play up to it, never talk about it, never. Otherwise, you can't make it.
But and again, quite seriously, if you were really very, very attracted to someone and you thought, I could push this little relationship over the edge here. I mean, some terrible things have been done in the name of love. Yeah, exactly. You could actually. I think she really likes me, but are you shy or anything like that? Otherwise, do you have any other traits that perhaps belie what you do?
I'm fairly solitary, and the friends that I have, I think if you're any sort of performer, the friends that you have, the thing that brings them together is that what you do as a performer doesn't enter into it at all.
Yeah,
People have
of course,
to get beyond that. I'm sure you're the same.
You've never when you first started, like you're saying, it was flying out your fingertips. You must have had some fun with it.
I did. Yes, absolutely.
But now you have to be pro about it.
But now I'm once something becomes second nature, I guess you don't not tempted to abuse it because you don't think about it in the.
And is it still expanding? If you forgive the phrase, do you still find that? Do you think, I'm going to learn how to do that? That's something.
Absolutely. Every time I perform, every time I do something, it's something new happens, and then I try and push that a little bit further next time. So it's constant learning process.
This is completely relevant, but is it something spooky, or is there a reason why your watch is stopped and appears to be on upside down?
I think that's a spooky, weird thing. No, this is my grandfather's watch, which he gave to me.
Because the winder is facing towards your elbow rather than...
Never to go again.
Just thought correct, I hadn't even thought of that.
Well, you don't actually need to have a watch because you can just walk up to people and go, no, it's 8:20.
I think his watch is gone. I think his watch has just broken. Darren, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
You're off now to...